Hello and welcome to another edition of the rcprinter.com YouTube channel. Today we're talking about body modifications. No, I'm not talking about tattoos and piercings. I'm actually talking about different body modifications for the OpenRC F1 car. There are actually a ton of body modifications available for the OpenRC F1 car that you probably never knew existed. And today we're going to go through a bunch of the more popular ones, as well as we're going to install one of them. One of the coolest ones I've ever seen that I've actually never seen installed before. So if that interests you, make sure you hit like and subscribe. Here we go. Okay, so for the past little while I've been thinking about building another one of these OpenRC F1 cars. And instead of doing this one, which is the original 2015 version of the Daniel Narey OpenRC F1 car, I was thinking about doing something updated. So I was searching the internet for the different possibilities. The first one I came upon was actually just an updated version of this. So this is the 2015 version. Daniel Narey came out in 2017 and developed a updated version that is a little bit wider. The wings on it are a little bit lower. The front wing is more of an arrow shape or slightly more delta. And he also added an optional shark fin for the rear. And all those modifications are supposed to more meet the styling that was around in 2017. Now, also in 2017, he released a dual color McLaren version of this car, which you can print if you have a dual extrusion printer. And what that does is it takes the body panels and it adds a swoosh through them so that the body panels are two different colors. And it looks really cool. I don't have a dual extrusion printer, so I can't show you that one, but there's lots of pictures available on the internet. Now there's also a 2018 updated version of this car, which adds a new shark fin and a halo. And a halo goes here, and it's basically like a roll cage for the driver, and all of the F1 cars now have a halo on them. So you can add those to your car as well. And then in 2019, Daniel Narey updated the car again with a different wing and a different front wing as well to match the 2019 styling. So if you're interested, you can take the original car, you can add the modifications for the 2017 version, add the 2018 halo, add the 2018 shark fin, and then go ahead and add the 2019 rear wing and front wing, and you'll have a fully updated 2019 version of the OpenRC F1 car done by the original designer. So don't worry about remembering all that if that's something that you're interested in, because I'll make sure to have links to all of these parts in the description below. So now those are all super cool modifications of the original OpenRC F1 car by the original designer, but the community has actually made a ton of different modifications. And there's probably more than I can list here, but we'll go through some of the more popular ones. So first off, there's this super cool race rod by designer Awesome, which you can find on Instructables, which is like a slammed and chopped rat rod version of the OpenRC F1 car, which is pretty cool. Next, we have this RC Mario Kart body, which you can find on Cults 3D, which uses a different shaped chassis base plate than the squarish one that's normally used on the OpenRC, but it's pretty cool as well. Next, you can actually print a Cybertruck body for the OpenRC F1 car on prusaprinters.org. And if you're like me and you're waiting for your Cybertruck and you're super disappointed that it hasn't come out yet, you can just add a body to your F1 car in the meantime. Next, we have this amazing Ferrari Enzo that you can also find on prusaprinters.org. There's a Batmobile version of the OpenRC F1 car as well. And I also found this really cool 48 Ford truck that you can install. Now there was actually a Pinshape contest at one point that asked different designers to design modifications that fit the chassis of the OpenRC F1 car. And there was a ton of different designs that were submitted. So if you go onto Pinshape and type in OpenRC F1, you'll find tons on there. But they actually posted the winners list online. So let's hop onto the computer here and I'll walk you through some of the finalists.
Okay, so here's the Pinshape blog where they go through the OpenRC F1 contest winners. And we'll start here at number 10. So we have this little driver attachment. Then we have these bull horns, which you need on your OpenRC F1 car. Then we have a laser attachment for the side. We have this pretty sweet body kit that you can snap on. Then we have this Grand Tourer by Isotalo, which to me looks kind of like an Aston Martin. Then we have the fifth place, which was the accessory light, so you can drive your OpenRC F1 at night. Then we have the OpenRC bumper kit, so you can play bumper cars. Then we have a speedboat accessory, which turns your front wheels into rudders and your rear wheels into paddles and adds some flotation as well, which is pretty cool. Here in second place, we have the adjustable suspension, so you can optimize the tuning of your suspension on your car. And then in first place here, we have this super cool DRS system, which actually looks like this and allows you to modify your rear wing so you can adjust the drag. So that's pretty awesome as well. And then down below we have a few honorable mentions. We have a GoPro mount, and then we have a Camaro body concept. And then we have this one here, which is the Mad Max version of the OpenRC F1 car. And I was watching a OpenRC chat on Chris's Basement with Daniel Nure not too long ago, where Daniel mentioned the Mad Max version, and here it is. And he said he'd never seen anyone print it before, so I thought, hey, now's a good time. Might as well try and print it up. So that's what we've done. So let me pull up my slicer here. There we go. And you can see the different parts of the kit. So we have a bit of a cage here. We have a new front nose. There is a version of it as well where you don't have to print the new front nose. You can just print a little attachment for it. I didn't print the wheels because I've just installed the F104 wheels on my OpenRC, and I like those and want to test them out. I think they'll work really well, and the ones that come with the Mad Max version don't look like they're gonna actually drive too well. But this is how I've decided to print everything. These are my print orientations. I've added supports everywhere. I have a little support blocker here, but other than that, I've just let Prusa Slicer put supports wherever it wants. So this is what it looks like, and you can see it's going to be quite a mess. I'm going to have a little bit of work cleaning things up, and I'd say probably half the filament used there is actually for supports, but I got it right on my print bed just finished now, so let's hop over there and take a look.
Alright, that is what we ended up with. So let's get it off, and then we can remove some of those supports, get it installed. Alright, so there we go. There's all the pieces. This one right here is a little flimsy. I'm not sure if it matters too much if that comes off, but we'll find out in a minute when we get it installed. But that's something to watch out for if you're going to do this. Some of the harder parts to get out were underneath the handles here of these gas cans, in between these little lights here, on the roll cage here. Anything inside this area was a bit hard to get out, so it might be a good idea to be a little bit more choosy than I was with your supports there, but I do think some supports are still going to be required either way. So let's get it installed. Alright, there we go. That is the Mad Max mod installed on our OpenRC F1 car. I didn't install it properly. You're actually supposed to drill some holes in your OpenRC car in order to get it to work. So you need one right here, and you need one on either side there, and there's little pins that are 3D printed that would go in there and hold it in place. I opted to just use a little bit of glue to hopefully put it in place just for the meantime, and I snapped off those pins. And I'm actually kind of glad I did, because this roll cage is actually supposed to come on and off and on and off. And when I insert it into this front piece here, where these front little pins lock in, both the pins busted right off as soon as I tried to take it off. And you are supposed to be able to remove that roll cage so you can access the electronics inside. So that was a bit of a tight fit and is maybe a bit of a fail point there, because they both snapped off super easily the first time I put them in. And then the other thing is, it ended up busting off there as well. The front nose cone looks really good, and I didn't have any problems with it at all. This light here actually is a little bit wobbly, so it's not fitting in its hole super good. So maybe you know, the Mad Max mod a bit more for show and a bit less for actual use. So I'm probably not going to keep this on there, but it does look pretty cool. So thank you very much to the designer for creating it. And if you ever wondered what the Mad Max mod would look like installed on an RC car, there you go. I hope we've inspired you to check out some of the mods we showed here today and maybe juice up your OpenRC F1 car a little bit. So thank you very much for watching today. And again, if you're ever looking for cool 3D printed projects to build, kits, parts, or instructions on how to build them, check us out at rcprinter.com.